In this video, I'm going to share with you my 5 best money saving tips. Hey YouTube, my name's Jeff, I'm from Finance Fit, and today I have 5 of my best money saving tips to help steer your finances in the right direction. You know, I think these tips are so important because if you can't keep your money and put it in the right direction, there's no point in going to make more money if all that you're going to do is spend it on useless junk. These are just fundamentals when it comes to finances, and I think they're a really good place to start. So let's get started. Money saving tip number 1 is it's an easy one. It's something that everyone can do. Yeah, cut out the bad food habits, cut out the fast food, and start making your lunch for work at home. There's nothing worse than going out to the food truck that rocks up to your work every lunch. I don't know if you have one, but we used to have a food truck that rocked up to work. You go out, you're like, man, I'm really stinging for a pie. You go and get a pie and a bare iced coffee. And then you go to pay and she says, $15.50. And you're going, what? $15.50? Are you serious? This can all be avoided by packing your lunch at home for a fraction of the cost of what it costs for a pie and a bare iced coffee. But once you have them, you're still hungry anyway. Okay, so on to money saving tip number 2. Just go through your bank statement. You could find subscriptions from years ago that are taking such a minuscule amount out of your account that you don't even notice it, but it all adds up. So go through those bank statements, have a look, make sure you're not paying for something, a service that you no longer use. I can't stress how important this is to do this on a regular basis. A lot of the times, if you get done by a scammer or something like that, you know, not even a subscription, just a random scammer, they tend to skim very small, minuscule amounts, but quite often. If you don't pick it up, they'll just keep doing it, keep going. So go through your bank statement. So going through your bank statement is also a really good way to have a look over what you're overspending on. You might have a couple of cash withdrawals on, say, a Friday or a Saturday. You're most likely at the bar, and all of a sudden you've got a $50 withdrawal, and then another $50 withdrawal, and then another $50 withdrawal. You need to take charge of that. I know it's fun, you know, everyone loves to have a drink and go to the bar and just let your hair down, but you really need to take control of that and be conscious of what you're doing with your money. Personally, I leave my cards at home and I take cash with me. I don't want to have any other way of overspending if I'm going to go to the bar. Just something to be a little bit more conscious about. Next time you go out, maybe try not to take so many cards with you. Don't make your cash too accessible. It just becomes too easy. Once you've had a few drinks and inhibitions are lowered, you're just going to spend it. So yeah, keep an eye on that. Okay, we're on to money saving tip number 3. This tip, I think, will save you countless dollars going into the future. It's massive, a massive tip. It's delayed gratification. So what is delayed gratification? Delayed gratification is normally associated with resisting a smaller short-term reward in exchange for a more enduring long-term reward. Okay, so impulse spending is the short-term reward. It's saying, oh, I like that, and then going to the cash register and taking it home with you. That's a short-term reward. And we don't want that. That is an absolute finance killer. You know, if you can't sit on your hands and wait, you know, maybe 3, 4, 5, a week, you know, just to begin with, you really need to start honing in that art of delayed gratification, because without it, you won't go anywhere. Impulse spending will just absolutely kill your budget. When we start talking about the long-term, more enduring rewards, we're talking about saving money to buy a house. or saving up for that car that you've always wanted. That's what we're talking about, those long-term, more enduring rewards. If you're impulse spending all the time, it just delays that by such a large amount of time. It's just not worth it. So practice your delayed gratification, guys, and that's tip number 3. So tip number 4 is to do your grocery shopping at a budget-friendly shop. In Australia, we have Aldi. We also now have Costco, which has popped up over the last couple of years. Costco, I'd recommend more for the larger families, you know, where you have 4, 5, 6 children. They'd be really, really budget-friendly in that way. For families with 1 to 4 children, I'd still say Aldi. Aldi's, all the way. I'm with Aldi. Love Aldi. I'm actually going to do a video in the future of going shopping at Aldi's and seeing, it's not all that bad. It's not like you're gonna, everything's a no-name brand and it just tastes horrible, and it's not like that at all. It's just discount is cheap, and it's still really good product. Australia still has Australian standards, so it's not going to get put on the shelf if it doesn't meet those standards. So I can't see why more people are not shopping at Aldi. You got your Coles and Woolies, where personally, if I was to go and do a shop at Coles and Woolies, a weekly shop, it cost me $300, and at Aldi, it cost me maybe $175 to $200. So massive savings. You just got to have, wherever you are in the world, you need to do the research and see which of those grocers are the cheapest. Where's everyone going to shop for their discount groceries? So do your research and have a look for those discount grocers in your area. The other thing that comes to mind when we talk about grocery shopping is the intervals. How often are you going grocery shopping? If you're going grocery shopping fortnightly, you're probably going to overspend and misjudge it. You're going to overspend on things that go in the fridge and that perish, within the 2 weeks, like your fruit and vegetables. You're going to be overspending on those things, and if they're already gone rotten by 1 week in, then what was the point? So I'd recommend going weekly. But for me personally, it saved me $50 to $100 every fortnight with my shopping, just by shopping weekly. I pick a specific day and I stick to it. Because if you don't stick to it, if you don't have that rigid sort of routine, it's easy to just go, oh yeah, I'll do it the next day, I'll go do it the next day, I'll do it the next day. And then before you know it, you've had fast food for 3 nights of the week and you're doing your shopping fortnightly again, So do it a bit more regularly. Make sure you've got the food in the fridge, it's nice and fresh. It's just a deterrent to going and get fast food. When you have nice fresh food in the fridge, you can whip up whatever you need to. So yeah, regular shopping intervals as well. Okay guys, so we're up to our 5th and last money saving tip. It's probably the biggest tip, and it's so trivial but so powerful, and it's putting pen to paper and writing out a budget. Okay, you need to have a budget. I can't stress how important this is. If you don't know what your finances are doing and where they're going, how your money's being spent, then how are you going to control it? How are you going to take control of your finances? How are you going to point them in the right direction and tell them where to go? It's just not going to happen without a budget. I know how trivial this sounds, but it needs to happen. People talk about budgets all the time, but how many people have actually written out budgets? I don't know a lot of people who have written out budgets. A lot of money savvy people that I know definitely have budgets, because they know how powerful they are and how important they are. Alright, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. My 5 money saving tips. If these tips help you out as much as they've helped me out, that's all I can ask for, really. And if you've liked this content so far, please like and subscribe and help me help you with my next videos. Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.